Hi, hello. Today I wanted to kind of ramble about fandom spaces. And to do that, I mostly wanted to talk about dead fandoms, as some may call them. Because one thing that I've noticed more recently is that fandoms seem to die out quicker. People will, for instance, call the Arcane fandom already dead or old, and that is just weird in my opinion. I might be a bit an odd one in this, but then again, I know tons of people who aren't like this, so I don't know. I am a fan of a lot of old things, or at least older things. My main example in this video will be the Invader Zim fandom. So, Invader Zim is an early 2000s cartoon that aired on Nickelodeon. And it had its issues, to say the least. Personally, I remember first watching it at a McDonald's. I was at the playground and it had a TV, so it was playing Nickelodeon, and it showed the first episode, the pilot. And when I got home, I was able to see the second episode, I think. But yeah, that really left an impact on me. But the thing is, considering I was still playing at a playground at a McDonald's, you can imagine that's pretty long ago. For those of you that don't know, I am turning 27 this year. So I have been a fan of this show for a while. It isn't always the same amount, so it goes up and down at times, but it's always been there. You know what I mean? And especially for the Invader Zim fandom, I know that that's not a rare occasion. There's tons of people that have been fan of the show ever since it aired, and there's even people still getting into the show to this day. It's one of those fandoms that is silently still alive and booming, even though, and that is where one of the main issues came from, the show got cancelled near its second season, so it never really had a decent finish. Now, the creator did continue the story in the comics that came out, which, by the way, are also really, really good. I, of course, bought them as soon as I could find them. And I don't think I have them all because they are quite hard for me to find just because of where I live. But nonetheless, it is, however, a fandom that when you go to conventions, you won't really see merch of it at all. No official merch, no fan merch. I have seen some people in Discord servers I'm in finding merch, but that's usually just American cons. I just usually do not have that luck. But when it comes to fandoms, a lot of older fandoms seem to have more longevity than newer fandoms. Some of them do survive, like the Genshin Impact fandom. That one is still holding strong to this day, especially in regards to fan merch. I don't think I can pass any merch booth at a con without them selling some form of Genshin Impact merch, which usually kind of sucks because I'm not into the game. The organized character designs is just not my type of game. And I feel like a lot of creators are a bit turned away from making stuff from older fandoms. Usually because they're afraid of engagement, which I get. even when I create something, what I usually just make what I want to make, things I want to see myself. Sometimes I'm like, maybe I should just draw from this piece of media because it's popular right now. I like it too, and more people seem to like it as well, so it will definitely give more engagement. But I'm usually good at stopping myself from that. Usually because if I don't really care enough about something, I struggle drawing it anyways. So I end up drawing a lot of things from fandoms people usually don't care about, especially outside of Tumblr. So when it comes to dead fandoms, usually they aren't as dead as people think they are. They're usually just older and people have moved on to new things because they have exhausted everything they could get from it. But a lot of times I think it's also just engagement. Some people might still be fan of it, but just not create as much because they're afraid it won't get any engagement. And if you are one of those types of creators that is afraid that your piece will not get the attraction or engagement because it's an old piece of media, just do it. There's always people around that will love the things you create, especially if it's from something more niche or dead fandom. And just, if you put your love for media into something, you might create even new fans of an old piece of media. It might incentivize people to actually start looking into it. So this is like my call to action for people to start creating stuff from dead fandoms. Make that Invader Zim art. Draw that one anime girl from your niche shoujo anime that no one seems to know about. I'm talking to you, Gaku and Alice fans. Or in my case, Alice in the Country of Hearts. I love that series. And yes, I am planning to even make merch for it because I love it so much and there's just nothing out there. So yeah, try to ignore what's out there, what people are saying. The idea of dead fandoms is just what you make of it yourself. Be the fandom on your own. Create new fans, buy your pieces. Just make your own merch and maybe people will want it as well. I have found friends this way. For instance, another fandom that people consider old by now is Mystic Messenger. And yet I decided that this year, even still, to cosplay as one of my favorite characters from it, Seiram. And I had so many people come up to me and be so happy that I was cosplaying someone from a game they used to love and still love to this day. The game that usually got them into Otome games or something, even though the game is, God, turning almost 10 years old. Can you believe it? So don't be scared of being into dead fandoms. And as I said before, just do whatever. Don't be scared. I know it's hard, but creativity comes in all sorts of forms. And sometimes you just gotta make what feels right. That will be it for today. It's a type of new format for me to try and just sit here and talk. I'm also still figuring out this model type of stuff. And while I get paid to talk on a daily basis, doing it in front of a camera still feels a bit weird. It's much easier when there's 20 kids constantly looking at you and asking questions somehow. and giving reaction to what you're saying. Anyway, I do hope you enjoyed this. Let me know about your Dead fandom. And maybe you even find some fans here. Or maybe I'm a fan of it. God knows. I'm into so much media these days, I can't even keep track of it all. Anyways, have a nice day, and maybe till the next time. Bye!